Hello everyone, I'm dear Naima Medim. Today we with my groupmates gonna make a presentation about one of the interesting topic, religiosity in Azerbaijan. The land of Azerbaijan has historically located on the ancient Silk Road and acting as a bridge between West and East, where different religions meet. Features of the historical development of Azerbaijan, geographical position, the ethnic composition of the population, and other reasons played a great role in the existence of such conditions. At different times, Zoroastrianism, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and many other religious beliefs were able to spread in the country and interacted with each other. Azerbaijan is a multi-ethnic and multi-religious country. This feature significantly affected people's religious beliefs and historical formation of the tolerance. For example, Nizami Gencevi's poem, Seven Beauties, demonstrates the role, place, importance of the multicultural values and the spiritual roles of men and society. Among the heroes of the poet, we meet representatives of Turkish, Persian, Arab, Chinese, Indian, Negro, Greek, Georgian, and other nations. In addition, there isn't any religious figures among Book of Pedagogic heroes. They worship directly to a god, perform their prayers individually. There is no clergy guiding in the ceremonies. Uh, in some epochs, we can see a description of an interesting, multicultural, and tolerant image. Once the chapter of the epos, uh, for example, Beirut died in return for keeping his word to a Christian girl. It is an example of multiculturalism and tolerance. Or in Gantralı epos, Gantralı's marriage to the daughter of Trabzon Takur expressed that there isn't any religious and national appellation for Oghuz. Let's look at another example. Shah Ismail Khatai, the poet of medieval Azerbaijan literature, valued all the villages and their saints in his poem. One of his work, he said that her kelamı sevmişem Sure-i Yasin'den medet. Kim mənə İncil-i Furqanın duasından medet. Ey be haqqı möcüzatı verdin ol Musa'ya sen. Kim mənə Musa'yı İmranın əsasından medet. Here the poet uh, asked for help from Yasin Surah, the Bible and the Quran, and Judaism prophet of Musa. So here, religion of Islam, Christianity, and Judaism expressed by poet. Besides that folk love story of Asli and Karam, Sabir satires propagating real Islam and reject religious fanatism. Narimanov's Bahadur and Sona, Chamanzamanli's Ali and Nino novels, Jabbar's 1905, Javed's Sheikh Sanandram's, and many of other literature works shows that the roots of religious tolerance are also founded in the ethnocultural heritage of Azerbaijanis. In addition, it's estimated that more than 96% of population is Muslim in Azerbaijan. The remaining 4% of the population are Orthodox Church, Jews, members of various branches of Protestantism, Baha'is, Catholics, and others. Most of the population of Azerbaijan is Muslim regardless of the degree of religiosity. Islam in Azerbaijan is represented by such trends as Shiism and Sunnism. Now I want to give my floor to Orhan to give more details about the various religions that existed in Azerbaijan.
Hello everyone, now I'm gonna talk about most common religious belief in Azerbaijan. First of all, I want to start with Zoroastrianism, which is one of the most known oldest religious belief in Azerbaijan. The center of Zoroastrianism was Kazakh, the capital city of Atropatena, located in South Azerbaijan. The fire played an important role in Zoroastrian belief. An interesting temple of Zoroastrianism, Ateşkar, is located in Surakhana settlement of Baku and still preserved and one of the most important historical moments of Azerbaijan. Secondly, I want to talk about Judaism. Judaism is the first religious belief which is created in abroad and came to Azerbaijan. Approximately 2,600 years ago, Jews began to settle in Azerbaijan. There are three main Jewish communities in Azerbaijan: Mountain, Ashkenazi, and Georgian Jews. Number of them are 11,400, 4,300, and 700, respectively. The third one, I want to talk about Christianity. Christianity came to Azerbaijan in the first century of New Era. It is related to the Albanian Church. According to ancient sources, Albanian Church is not only one of the first churches in Caucasia, but also in whole Christian world. Last but not least, I want to talk about Islam. Islam is the most common religious belief in Azerbaijan. Approximately 70% of Muslims in Azerbaijan belong to Shia school, and the rest of them belong to Sunni sect. The spread of Islam is related to Arabian invasion in 7th century. After Arabs destroyed Sasanian Empire, the Islam began to spread in Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan Muslims are considered most rebel Muslims in the world by international community. That's all for my part. Now I am giving floor to my group mates. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, I am Asima, and today the topic is tolerance is stable, resistant to politicization. Majority of population who consider themselves Muslims doesn't observe traditional religions rituals such as daily prayers or fastings. Those who go for pilgrimage to Mecca constitutes no more than 0.02 and 0.03% of Muslim population. The rituals that most of the Azerbaijani Muslims observe as their religious duty is visiting so-called pirs, sanctuaries, which can vary from piece of nature including trees, rocks, mountains to place believed to have belonged to saints, with their burials like mosque or just graves. There are about 500 pirs in Azerbaijan, such as Pir Allah'ım, Tazafir, and Pir Ashabi Kaf, and etc. People actively visiting a significant part of these pilgrims places believes that many of them have healing power for the hopeless illnesses, and many other helps people to get their prayers on various matters addressing God. Ancient Turks believe that spirits of prominent forefathers enter dreams of their compatriots, cautioning them against possible troubles and unpleasant events may happen in the future. According to Azerbaijani Shias, the owners of mediator spirits are people called Seyyids, who are historical people of blood kinship with imams, descendants of Prophet Muhammad. For example, famous Bibi Heybat Pir located in the western exit of Baku city is linked to the name of Hakime Hanım. Hakime Hanım, the daughter of the 7th Imam Musa Kazım and the sister of 8th Imam. Hakime Hanım came to Azerbaijan since her brother Imam Reza was persecuted and lived under the name of Bibi Heybat in order not to be identified. Now, Bibi Heybat is the name of a mosque functioning in the place regarded as a pir. Finally, the other pir people of Baku and Absheron visit in great numbers in Mir Mevsum Agha sanctuary, especially during the Ashura ceremonies. He is Sayyid as well, and his family roots are said to be descending from the family of Khalifa Ali ibn Abi Talib, father of Imam Hussein. His grave has become a great pilgrimage place. Mir Mabsum Agha's photographs are kept at the houses of the local Muslim believers as bearers of his souls. That's all for now. My groupmate Elvin will continue. Thank you.
Again, I am going to add some details about this topic. Currently, peers and being restored by the others. Moreover, new ones are being built as well. For example, the house of a person called Said Yusuf Aga, who died in 2005 in region, was a place of a pilgrimage of people in his lifetime and still serves the same purpose. Respected in the region by his comparators, he was applied as a Jew of his kind to help solve various conflicts between people. Listened to their wish and made praise for their wish to be fulfilled by God. His grave is visited as a pier. People come to visit his house, where his son meets the visitors, responding to a petition filed by his fellow villagers with the Azerbaijan parliament. The later changed the name of his village Janabali into Said Yusufli. This example, in addition to same stage expenditures on restoration and betterment of peer, can be taken as a proof of support the Azerbaijani others give to the traditional peer belief. Also, this peer pilgrimage religions has religions, meaning what is abuse is that it is not without secular nature, as science it's mainly aimed at fulfilling secular, which is strongly linked up to daily cares of people within the realities of secular life, hence has nothing to do with concept on next word human salvation claiming values which traditionally constitute the main religious ideology of monastic religions. Therefore, we tend to think that longevity of this kind of religiosity, which has passed down through the years of the related religions practice, having developed it in certain religions habits.
Hello everyone, I'm Yusuf Kurbanov, and today I would like to talk about the foreign factors to politicize a religion. Initially, the interference of influential religious circles of neighboring Muslim countries into the religious situation in Azerbaijan caused the emergence of the new religious sects in the country, and attempts of the foreign representatives to teach religion to Azerbaijanis who were separated from the Islam during the Soviet period were explicit political goals. And if during perestroika years local Muslims were building the mosques in different regions of the country at their own money, later during the first years of the national independence, the Arabian, Turkish, and the Iran, the capital was brought in to finance the construction of the mosques. And the representatives from the Arab countries were also frequent guests in Azerbaijan. And thus it took a short period of time for traditional religions of some Azerbaijanis to develop and obtain the Nurism, Wahhabism, and the politicized the Shiism under the foreign influence. And those new religious movements brought into Azerbaijan new realities, established their social base consist of local Muslim believers by means of the formation of legal, semi-legal, and at times an illegal education network of Islam. Besides, the Azerbaijan young population had access to higher education centers of Islam in Turkey, in Arabia, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, and more. So undoubtedly, attempts to politicize the religion among Azerbaijan Muslim believers at present are directly linked to the foreign factor. And it's also the fact that some Azerbaijan students, after having finished their education at foreign Islamic centers, upon their return to home country, join the radical religious trends. And this, in some cases, results in a clash of different religious views. So, to sum up, the attempts to radicalize the Azerbaijan religiosity or the foreign influence are more obvious against the background of the politicization of Islam. For example, main activities of groups affiliated with the Iranian political and religious establishment are aimed at causing sympathy among the population towards the political version of the Shiism, which never existed in Azerbaijan before, and shaping the religiosity of Azerbaijan Shias accordingly in line with the Islamic Sharia rules applied in Iran. So that's all from my side. Now I wanna give floor to my group mate that will talk about this topic in more details. Thanks for your attention.
Hi everyone, today I will continue to speak about the foraging factors to politicize Azerbaijan religion. In 2006, Rafik Taghi, one of the most famous Azerbaijani writers, published a sarcastic article about Prophet Muhammad in Sanat newspaper. Both the author and the editor of the newspaper were arrested for the article. Despite the fact that the author apologized for his article, his apology was multiplied in local newspaper and covered on TV. Rafik Taghi was killed on November 23 in 2011. The murder, said to be linked to Iranian political circles, has not been brought to justice yet. Besides what refers to the political version of Shiism, there are many manifestations and networks of non-traditional religiosity belonging to local Salafism developed under the influence of Arab countries. This religious trend also strives to advance in the religious market of Azerbaijan, but doesn't seem to be as much successful as their society controlling the religious situation society counterparts. The Azerbaijani government carried out a number of activities for the purpose of controlling the religious situation and protecting it from foreign influences. These activities include listing religious education entities for the official registration, and also making an examination of their curriculums for their conformity with with local laws. These examples prove once again that limited radicalism, science in the religious thought mostly stem from current geopolitical realities beyond the country and by no means are caused by its local historic and cultural development.